Good afternoon, Division Agents. It's Delta Enforcer with your State of the Game for April 20th, 2017. During the State of the Game this morning, they announced that they're going to be having the PTS for update 1.6.1 for PC only. It will start on Friday, April 21st, 2017 at 12 p.m. Central European Time, and that translates into 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. During the stream, they talked about how survival mode will not be available and last stand will be. They haven't clarified whether or not underground will be available, but chances are it probably won't be. Loadouts will be available in PTS. They haven't said how this is exactly going to work. They showed the loadouts in an early build a couple weeks ago in March, but they haven't really kind of explained that further, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. Also, they stated they will be doing some last stand testing. They'll be making a couple changes to the mode. One of the mode is the spawn camping logic change to prevent spawn camping, being a bit smarter where they respawn you compared to where the enemy players are. I know it's been a bit of a challenge playing last stand for some players, where if you're on losing team, you're basically trapped in your spawn until the end of the match. Another thing that they're adding into the game mode is going to be proficiency marks for players who are on the team, and it's going to be weighted on how much you contribute. Now, they clarified this in saying that it's not going to be specifically based purely on killing the other players. It's also capturing zones, killing NPCs, and the like is also going to add to your proficiency marks for last stand mode. Also, they said they're going to fix a few of the last remaining bugs when you revive another player. Some of them where you're playing and then a person dies beside you, you go hit to revive them, and then the circle fills up and they're still dead. It happens plenty of times. This includes the healing station as well, so hopefully if they can get all those bugs fixed, it'll be good for everybody. Moving on, they said that they're gonna be fixing the HVT bosses staying in their spawn rooms depending on how you kill the bosses in HVT missions. Some of the bosses will be stuck in their spawn rooms where all the enemies will come out, but the door will close, and some of the enemies will be stuck in there and they won't come out. You either basically have to quit the mission and screw yourself out of all the intel you farm for that boss. They said they're going to be doing a fix for the level 34 extended mag blueprints. Then the change will not be retroactive, so any of the extended mags you have currently before this update goes out will be staying to their current values. After they deploy this patch to the main game and also on the PTS, the range will be from 109% to 121%. They also said they're going to be changing the way Nimble works for the holster. It will be heal over time over 4 seconds, not heal instantly like it currently is, because that makes certain PvP encounters kind of broken. And also you will be required to stay in cover to get the full amount of the heal. If you leave the cover before the 4 seconds is up, the healing will stop. So it's definitely going to make how people play in the Dark Zone who like to use the Nimble exploit play a bit differently, so it'll be good for that. There was also a recalibration bug that they are getting fixed. The bug was essentially most of the percent base stats you can re-roll on gear. They noticed that in certain cases there will be a situation where you can never roll the max stats, no matter what. You can roll 100 times and never hit the max stat, which is unfortunate because it's costing you lots of credits, but I'm pretty sure everybody in this game is millionaires by now. They say that the Shrapnel and the Predator Merc talent will stack together. So basically what Shrapnel is if you cause a bleed status to one target, it has a chance to cause a bleed status to other targets in the surrounding area. And Predator's Merc causes the bleed status by getting 10 shots with any gun. So, them two stacking together, which means you can effectively put the bleed effect on a bunch of enemies in a room, which is fantastic. This also is going to be, they're also adding this improvement and change to the fear tactics and wildfire, which essentially do the same thing but for shock damage and fire damage. Burst fire weapons, rate of fire, are going to be capped. So if you were on PC and, and you had a mouse that allowed this, you could macro your scroll wheel to fire any of the burst fire weapons at a full auto fire rate. What they've done now is they made changes so you cannot exceed the burst rate of fire to full auto. It will stay as a burst fire weapon. They said that they were going to follow through with the Seeker Mine Airburst mod change. They are going to be removing the stagger, and then 20% of the explosive damage is being transferred to fire damage over time. I think that's a really, really, really badly needed change, especially in Last Stand when you're constantly just getting hit left and right with Airburst Seeker Mines and staggering your screen to an unacceptable amount. It's quite ridiculous, actually. They're doing many fixes to the ballistic shield, having to do with whether it comes out and stays out, and just too many to mention. I've been trying to build a ballistic shield build, but it's really difficult to get gameplay when your shield is glitching out half the time. They are going to be bug fixing some of the missions. Sometimes you get stuck in combat after you've completed the mission because there's NPC enemies outside of the mission area that know you're there, and they still hold you in combat, so you can't fast travel out of the mission. So I think this is a great improvement, definitely needed. They're going to be doing some bug fixes for Stolen Signal. I know a couple of people I played with have had problems with that mission, just enemies being too slow and just spawning glitches overall. They are going to be fixing Underground as well, and they're also fixing the GPS and the waypoint system for Underground, because sometimes it would tell you to do this one thing and that one point would be 2 kilometers away according to the in-game GPS, but that's so far outside the game and you're like, I can't get there, and then you have to literally restart, kill yourself because there's no way to complete the mission. So I actually think they might be doing Underground, maybe in a limited capacity, just to make sure this stuff works, and then they'll close it off. As far as the Dark Zone is concerned, they are going to be giving you rewards for fully clearing landmarks that go directly into your inventory, and they will not be something that you have to extract, whether it be items, DZ, funds, Dark Zone, tech, or whatever. Landmarks in the new DZ areas having trouble spawning their multiple waves. A lot of times I've been going into places like the Opera House and no enemies are there, but it's purple on my map, or only killing a few enemies and then nothing. So hopefully they'll get that sorted out. They're going to be changing the Coward's Corner ladder, where people would go in the DZ and just hide at the top of the ladder until the manhunt timer goes down. They're going to fix the fast travel for DZ checkpoints. They said they're fixing triage, but they didn't really say what they're going to be fixing, so who knows about that. And finally, they said there will be a new ETF for the 1.7 update that's probably going to be launching around summer. They said that it will happen in Newcastle, UK at the Reflections Game Studio, which is another co-developer of the division. It's supposed to happen in last week of May. They said, the exact dates will be coming in the future, so don't make any hard plans to book off work or book flights and so on and so forth. As well as finally, they said that state of the game will be changing in the future. The format and the way they were talking possibly means a new studio or space, maybe the format which they prevent information to you.